The flippers are gone. Flipping sports cards is dead.
Fuck! You're kidding! Judge. Fuck!
Right? That is a narrative that has been going around for a little while. Obviously, we've seen a big price decrease over the last 12 to 18 months. And there's been a lot of like, hey, nobody's into cards, nobody's interested, everybody's getting out talk. But I think that there's actually a lot of this stuff going on, and it's in pockets and it's in niche markets, and not necessarily the stuff that you might see on YouTube or Instagram, social media, etc. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. My co-host on Off-Centered, one of my buddies, Flip and Steve, came out with a video yesterday that I thought was really good, and it was the buy side of the equation as far as flipping cards, and he's going to come out with a part 2, a selling video that will talk about the back end of this thing. But Steve's had good luck over the last couple of years, kind of sports betting into this sort of thing. He has good intuition when it comes to buying into cards, and he's also really careful. He's really careful typically when he's getting into certain transactions. He does understand that this is a form of gambling. It's a sports betting thing, you know, when we're talking about flipping. And so he's usually trying to get into players that were hot at one point, that had the hype, that had the excitement, and then maybe they're just off the radar for whatever reason. The team isn't doing well, but they still have some hobby relevance, and there's a chance that it could come back. And then obviously when there's some sort of a hype, some sort of a, good news about that particular player, we're leading up to a season, then he's able to move off. But one thing that's funny about sports cards is you'll see if a player goes out of favor, or a character, whether we're talking about non-sports culture cards or whatever, the prices will drop pretty hard on a lot of those players, and it does present an opportunity. I know that, channel partner Comc.com and today's video sponsor, one thing that I really like about Comc is, you can get in cards at 50 cents, at $1, and then flip them for $1.52, flip them for $2.13. So it's like the dollar box flipping machine. Now, obviously there's $5 cards, $10 cards, there's $1,000 cards, plenty of them, plus on Comc as well. But I think it's the ability to get in and out of cards. Comc shows you if you have a monopoly on a particular card, meaning you're the only one on the site with that particular one. It also shows you kind of at any given moment, you got into this card, you bought this card at $5, and there are 25 available between $8 and $40. So it gives you an idea of like, what are the other asking prices without having to search around on the auction site or whatever to try to figure out, okay, what are other people selling this for? No, it's just right there for you. And so it's kind of that OG vault, 30 million cards on Comc to where you can quickly move in and out. You don't have to worry about non-paying buyers. Are you tired of it? Are you absolutely tired of the non-paying buyers? Well, you don't have to worry about that because the transactions are really instant. People make offers, or they either buy it now or they make an offer. And so it's kind of a fun way to get on the site and build a bankroll by just kind of buying into cards, selling them. And they don't always work out. You might buy a card for $5, you end up selling it for $2. I've had to do that too at times, but it is kind of a fun way to do that. What I've tried to do going back a few months is just buying into football cards specifically running backs, quarterbacks, some receivers that I think are going to be good next year. So I'm really kind of buying for the summertime, kind of leading up to that next NFL season. And that's always kind of fun. Going back to Steve's video, one key point that he makes that I think is really great is, what is your out on this particular card? You're buying a particular card. Who is going to be your buyer on the other side? Is it going to be another flipper? Is it going to be maybe a collector? If you've got kind of a niche player or a niche card, that's a way for you to kind of get to a collector that might be collecting that particular rainbow or whatever it is. Or it might be another flipper where you got it really low, you're selling it for a little bit higher, and then they're selling it for a little bit higher than that. The buy, sell, trade function of the sports card hobby is an always thing that's been going back forever. And so flipping or flippers can sometimes have a negative connotation to it. And yes, over the last few years, you had a lot of kind of sneaker flippers that got into the flipping game. So there's a lot more of them. Have some of them gotten out? Yeah, for sure. Are some of them still here? Absolutely. And there's probably more coming in all the time. But these are the types of things that are fun too. It's kind of an easy way to try to find arbitrage when you're looking at certain products within a certain sport, and then you're kind of betting on a particular player within that sport. And Comc's full of little gaps and little arbitrage out there. People are doing it every single day. Sports Card Radio, whether it be on their IG or they talk about it, I think they're going to talk about it on their live stream coming up tomorrow night. I'm excited to watch that. But Comc is where they do a lot of their dealing. That's where they do a lot of buying and selling. And it's just the ease of use it's just so easy. I did an interview with Ryan at Sports Card Radio, and he talked all about it. He was into selling sports tickets, and then he's done cards, sports tickets, he's done all of it, but he just talks about kind of the ease of being able to just get in and out of cards as compared to buying, selling sports tickets where it's coming up to the actual event. You got to either get in, get out of these tickets. It's time sensitive. So for those that are new, that are coming in, they're looking at how can I build some sort of a bankroll? How can I kind of start this thing up and try to snowball it? And be aware, this is a form of sports betting, and it's not 2020. It's not you buy something for $5, you sell it 2 weeks later for $100. Do those things happen? Can they happen? Yes, but they become more and more rare. Those are anomalies. And so it's really kind of digging deep and figuring out, okay, which players do I really like heading into the next season, or which ones do I like over the next few years? Maybe they seem a little bit underrated now, and you're just taking risks on maybe a bucket of different players, and you see how it goes. But it is very fun to do it on Comc.com. Additionally, you can take cards from different sites, whether you're getting a deal on a PWCC weekly or monthly, and then selling that somewhere else, eBay to Comc to eBay. Take a look and see if there's any arbitrage across these sites, because you have right now also, we have a ton of selling sites out there, and we have buyers, but are the buyers seeing all the auctions? Are they seeing everything? Are they catching everything? Probably not. So there's opportunity there as well. So guys, have fun with this thing. Flipping sports cards, certainly not dead, probably never will be. We talked about this. As I thought we moved into 2023, I really thought that shows would start dying down. I thought that card shops would start to slow up, maybe start going out of business, and maybe we will see some of that as we head more into 2023. I still think the macroeconomic stuff with inflation, the overall economy, I don't think that stuff's gone away. I don't think we're out of the woods yet on any of that stuff. I still think there's going to be some pain ahead. But will it affect the card market? It's interesting because even when the pandemic happened, you had all this kind of like uncertainty. Card market did great. There is an element of the card market that is refuge from real world issues. So I don't think it necessarily means that if we have some economic instability that the card market just goes away, because you have to remember too, it's inexpensive for the most part to go to a card show. My local show, it's $5 to get in. Some of these larger shows might be $10, $15 to get in for the day. But even if you're not buying anything, you're going there and you're just able to check out the museum of cards, but also it's a good research thing. It's also good to talk to other dealers. You can research card prices. What are they selling? What are they selling for? Are they budging on these particular cards? No, they're not budging on these. Oh, I can make relationships. I can build relationships with dealers. Maybe I don't buy a card, or maybe I buy one small card from them now just to see how they deal, how they operate, to either learn how to buy, sell with them, but also to make a new friend and make a new hobby friend and to build that relationship to where maybe that dealer gives me a break on the card I really want that he's got in his case down the line. These are kind of these nuanced pieces of the hobby that are really fun, probably not talked about enough. And so keep in mind, it's not always just about the dollars and the cents and the $10,000 cards and the $1 million cards that are hitting auctions. There's a lot of business being done on the lower end, buying a dollar card, flipping it to $3, buying a $5 card to $10. That can be just as much fun and just as much of a rush, and frankly, probably way less stressful than buying a $50,000 card and hoping it goes to $70,000. It's probably a lot less stressful to buy a $5 card and, oh my gosh, it went to $20. Amazing. And in truth, that's more in line with a lot of people my age. If we go back to, 1990, where there was no options to do this stuff. You got packs, you opened cards, and your option was trade the great card you got back to the dealer to get more packs. It's not a great option. It would have been nicer in 1990 to have eBay or have the internet, have Comc, to where I could take the cool card I pulled and see if somebody will give me actual money that I could use to maybe buy other ones. Or, oh, look, there's other cards I'm chasing. We're in a much different world now that is a lot more accessible, and it's a lot of fun. So guys, let me know. Flipping sports cards, is it dead in your mind? Or are you finding nuance out there that maybe is making a lot of sense for you and helping you to build out a collection? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay healthy. Stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.